Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about that moment we all dread but secretly wonder about. You're sitting there, minding your business, maybe even healing from a storm they left behind. And suddenly, ping, a message, a call, a notification that they're reaching out to you after all this time. In that instant, everything changes. Your heart skips a beat, your mind races, and emotions you thought were long gone come rushing back. Maybe it's hope, maybe it's confusion, or maybe it's anger bubbling under the surface. Whatever it is, it pulls you into a whirlwind of thoughts. Why now? What do they want? Am I ready for this? The truth is, when someone from your past reaches out, it's not just a random event, it's a defining moment. How you respond can either honor the growth and peace you fought hard to achieve, or drag you back into the chaos you worked so hard to escape. And here's the thing, these moments often come wrapped in a trap of emotions, assumptions, and quick decisions that you might regret later. But you don't have to fall into it. You don't have to give in to the instinct to respond instantly, or let your emotions dictate your actions. What you do in this moment matters, not just for your relationship with them, but for your relationship with yourself. That's why today, we're diving into 10 traps you must avoid when they reach out. These aren't just theories. They're practical, powerful steps rooted in psychology and wisdom that will help you navigate this situation with strength and clarity. Before we dive into these points, let me ask you, have you ever responded to someone from your past and regretted it? Maybe you said too much, gave too much, or ignored the red flags. If you have, you're not alone, and if you haven't, well, this video will help you keep it that way. As we move through each of these traps, I want you to reflect. Drop your thoughts in the comments below and share the affirmation, I choose my peace. This isn't just about how you respond to them, it's about how you stand up for yourself. Let's get started. Number 1, don't let nostalgia blind you. When someone from your past reaches out, it's like a floodgate of memories opens. You start to remember the good times, their smile, the laughter, the shared dreams. It feels like a warm embrace from a chapter of your life you thought was closed. But nostalgia, while comforting, can also be deceptive. Here's the truth. Nostalgia doesn't show you the full picture. It's selective, only replaying the highlights while conveniently skipping over the hurt, the arguments, and the reasons you parted ways. It wraps your past in a rose-tinted glow, making it easy to forget the struggles you endured. Take a moment to ground yourself. Nostalgia is not reality. It's a story your mind is telling you about the past. While it's okay to cherish the good moments, it's essential to remember why things ended in the first place. Were there patterns of disrespect, broken trust, incompatibility? The same issues that existed before haven't magically disappeared just because time has passed. One of the most dangerous side effects of nostalgia is falling into the trap of what-if thinking. What if they've changed? What if we can make it work this time? While it's natural to hope for the best, this kind of thinking can prevent you from seeing the reality in front of you. Instead of getting lost in the what-ifs, focus on the what is. Ask yourself, what has truly changed since we last parted ways? Are they reaching out because they value me, or are they just lonely? These questions will help you stay grounded and avoid being swept away by romanticized memories. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, remember how long you have been putting this off, how many extensions the gods gave you and you didn't use them. At some point you have to recognize what world you belong to, what power rules it, and from what source you spring. That there is a limit to the time assigned you, and if you don't use it to free yourself, it will be gone and never return. This is your reminder that time is finite. Dwelling on the past robs you of the present. Don't waste this moment revisiting an old story when you have the chance to write a new one for yourself. Now, say it with me. I see the past clearly. Drop it in the comments to claim your power over nostalgia. Nostalgia is powerful, but your clarity is stronger. Embrace your past, but don't let it dictate your future. Your peace, your growth, and your happiness are worth more than revisiting old pain disguised as fond memories. Number 2, avoid rushing into forgiveness. Forgiveness is often seen as the ultimate act of strength and grace, but rushing into it can do more harm than good. When someone who hurt you reaches out, there's a pressure, both from them and from within yourself, to forgive quickly and move on. But true forgiveness doesn't work like flipping a switch. It's a journey, one that requires time, introspection, and emotional readiness. It's important to remind yourself that forgiveness isn't about excusing their actions or pretending the hurt didn't happen. It's about freeing yourself from the weight of resentment. But if you force forgiveness too soon, you risk invalidating your feelings and creating unresolved emotional tension within yourself. Rushing into forgiveness can sometimes be a form of emotional bypassing. This happens when you skip over the necessary steps of processing your pain and jump straight to reconciliation. It might feel easier in the moment, but it can lead to long-term frustration and confusion. When you push yourself to forgive before you're ready, you're not truly letting go. You're just burying the pain deeper. Take the time to sit with your emotions. Reflect on what their actions meant to you, how they affected your life, and whether their return aligns with the boundaries you've set for yourself. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself, but it must come from a place of genuine healing. Seneca offers profound insight on this. To be angry at someone means you suffer because of the other, but why suffer twice? Control your emotions first, and then see if forgiveness serves you, not them. This reminds us that forgiveness is not an obligation, it's a choice. You are not required to forgive immediately just to ease someone else's guilt. Instead, use this time to regain control of your emotions, ensuring that your forgiveness, when given, is authentic and liberating. I want you to drop an affirmation in the comments. I forgive at my pace. Forgiveness is for you, not for them. It's a way to reclaim your peace, but only when you're ready. Be patient with yourself, honor your emotions, and remember that true forgiveness cannot be rushed. It must be felt. Number 3, don't share your vulnerabilities too soon. When someone from your past reaches out, it's natural to feel a mix of emotions: hope, curiosity, even longing. In their effort to reconnect, they might ask about your life, your struggles, or your emotions. These questions may seem genuine, even comforting, but caution is key. Sharing your vulnerabilities too soon can put you in a precarious position, exposing your emotional core before their true intentions are clear. Your vulnerabilities are not just personal experiences, they are pieces of your emotional and mental makeup. Sharing them with someone who hasn't earned your trust can give them undue influence over you. For instance, if you reveal your insecurities or struggles prematurely, they might use that knowledge to manipulate or guilt you, consciously or unconsciously. By protecting your story, you're not being secretive, you're being wise. Building trust takes time. Before you open up, observe their actions, not just their words. Are they consistent? Are they showing genuine care? Or are they probing for information they can use to control the narrative? Setting boundaries is not about creating walls. It's about ensuring that only those who respect and value your emotional space are allowed in. Sharing vulnerabilities too soon can blur these boundaries. Instead of rushing to explain your hardships or share your innermost thoughts, take a step back and assess whether the relationship at this stage deserves that level of openness. Marcus Aurelius said it best: "Be careful who you open up to. Few people genuinely care, the rest are just curious." This timeless wisdom underscores the importance of guarding your emotional well-being until trust is earned. Answer questions in a way that feels safe but not overly revealing. If they pressure you to open up, take it as a red flag. Remember that your life's journey is yours to share, only with those who prove they're worthy. Drop this in the comments. I protect my story. It's a reminder that your experiences, both good and bad, are valuable and deserve respect. Sharing your vulnerabilities is an act of trust, not a test of connection. Take your time to evaluate whether their intentions align with your well-being. In doing so, you protect your peace, your growth, and your power. Number 4, avoid believing they've changed without evidence. When someone says they've changed, it's natural to want to believe them, especially if you've been hoping for their return. Their words might seem genuine, but true change is revealed in their actions, not their promises. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of hearing what you want to hear, but this is a critical moment to remain grounded. Change is a journey that takes time, effort, and consistent action. It's not something that happens overnight or simply because someone claims it has. Pay close attention to their behavior. Are they showing signs of real growth, or are they repeating the same patterns? For example, are they respecting your boundaries, showing accountability for past mistakes, and making a genuine effort to rebuild trust? Or are they offering grand apologies without any follow-through? Actions speak louder than words, and consistent actions build trust over time. Maya Angelou wisely said, "When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time." This doesn't mean people can't change, but it does mean you should remain observant and not ignore red flags just because you want things to work out. Believing in someone's words without evidence can set you up for repeated disappointment and pain. It's also important to ask yourself if their return is driven by true growth or simply convenience. Are they coming back because they miss you and have worked on themselves? Or is it because they're lonely and seeking temporary comfort? Don't let their words blind you to their true intentions. Your emotional well-being is at stake, and rushing to trust without proof can put you back in a vulnerable position. Take your time and allow their actions to reveal their sincerity. Trust can be rebuilt, but only when it's supported by consistent effort. There's no need to rush or feel pressured into accepting someone's return. The time they take to prove themselves will show whether their change is real or fleeting. Drop this in the comments: "I trust actions, not words." This affirmation will remind you to prioritize evidence over empty promises. Protect yourself by staying grounded, patient, and aware of the reality of the situation. Change is visible through consistent effort, not just spoken declarations. Number 5. Don't let guilt dictate your response. When someone reappears in your life with tales of regret or hardship, it's natural to feel a pull of compassion. They might paint a picture of loneliness, loss, or even suffering, hoping to appeal to your empathy. While compassion is a noble trait, letting guilt dictate your response can be harmful. Guilt clouds your judgment and places their comfort above your well-being, which can lead to decisions you later regret. Understand this. Your boundaries are not a punishment to them. They are a form of self-respect. The fact that they regret their past actions or are going through a tough time does not erase the hurt they may have caused you. If you allow guilt to lead, you risk opening the door to the same patterns that made you feel unappreciated, disrespected, or unvalued in the first place. It's essential to differentiate between compassion and self-sacrifice. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not waste what remains of your life in speculating about others, unless it be to some positive purpose." This means you can be kind without letting their pain overshadow your own priorities and growth. True strength lies in offering compassion without compromising your self-worth. Think about why they're reaching out. Are they genuinely looking to reconcile and make amends? Or are they using guilt to bypass accountability? Manipulative tactics often disguise themselves as vulnerability. If their return makes you feel obligated to repair things, pause and reassess. Obligation is not love, and guilt is not a foundation for rebuilding trust. Respond with clarity and care, but keep your emotions in check. Let them know you hear them, but don't immediately rush to fix their situation. Sometimes the best way to show love, both to yourself and others, is by maintaining the boundaries that protect your peace. Compassion is not about letting someone walk all over you. It's about extending understanding without losing yourself in the process. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I honor my boundaries. Let it remind you that while you can care for others, your self-respect must always come first. Compassion and strength go hand in hand, but neither requires you to sacrifice your own well-being for someone else's comfort. Number 6. Don't seek closure from them. Closure is a concept that many of us chase, hoping it will provide answers, relief, or a sense of peace. When someone who left you reaches out, it's tempting to think they hold the key to your healing. You may hope for an apology, an explanation, or some form of acknowledgement to tie up the loose ends of your emotional story. But seeking closure from them can leave you vulnerable, handing over your power to someone who may not be capable or willing to give you what you need. True closure doesn't come from their words or actions. It comes from within you. It's the understanding that healing is your responsibility, not theirs. Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Their return doesn't have to disrupt your peace or undo the work you've done to move forward. If you rely on their explanation or apology, you risk tethering your healing to their behavior. What if their answers don't satisfy you? What if their apology feels hollow? Or worse, what if they don't offer either? Pinning your peace on their response gives them the ability to control your emotional state, leaving you in limbo. Instead, focus on the growth you've achieved since their absence. Reflect on the lessons you've learned, the resilience you've built, and the boundaries you've set. Closure isn't a conversation, it's a decision. A decision to let go of the need for their validation and to trust in your own capacity to heal. When they reach out, resist the urge to dig into the past for explanations. If they offer an apology or attempt to explain their behavior, accept it if you choose, but don't let it define your healing journey. The strength to move forward lies within you, and no one else can give you the peace you deserve. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I create my own closure. Let it serve as a reminder that your healing is yours alone, a testament to your resilience and self-worth. By releasing the need for external validation, you reclaim the power to write the next chapter of your life on your terms. Number 7. Avoid comparing their return to your growth. When someone who left you returns, it's natural to assess their state of mind or life compared to yours. You might wonder if they've grown as much as you have, or if they've stayed stagnant while you've evolved. However, this comparison is a trap. one that can undermine the strides you've made in your own journey. Your growth is deeply personal and unique. It's built on your experiences, reflections, and the hard work you've put into healing. Their return, whether as a person seeking reconciliation or just revisiting the past, doesn't invalidate your progress. Yet, it's easy to feel like their presence somehow diminishes your growth or brings back old insecurities. Resist this urge. Comparison is a thief of joy. By measuring your success against their actions, you're shifting focus from your achievements to their trajectory, something you cannot control. Instead, center yourself on your progress and celebrate how far you've come. As Maya Angelou said, success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. If you've reached a point of peace and self-acceptance, their return doesn't have to alter that. Their journey might be very different from yours. Perhaps they've experienced challenges that forced them to reflect, or maybe they're still carrying the same habits that led to your separation. But neither scenario should influence your self-worth or make you question the growth you've achieved. Instead of comparing, focus on how their return aligns with your present values and priorities. Ask yourself, does their presence enhance the life I've built? Or does it pull me back into a place I've worked hard to leave behind? When you prioritize your well-being, you can view their return objectively, without letting it interfere with the progress you've made. You're not in competition with anyone but your past self. Their return is not a measure of your worth or growth. It's simply a moment that offers you the chance to reaffirm your boundaries and values. Trust in the work you've done and continue moving forward. Number 8, don't overcommit yourself. When someone reappears in your life after a period of absence, it's tempting to jump back in and give them the access they once had. You might feel a mix of emotions, excitement, hope, or even guilt. And this emotional whirlwind can make you overextend yourself. But remember this, your time, energy, and peace are your most valuable assets. Don't hand them over freely. It's important to recognize that relationships, whether romantic, familial, or platonic, are about balance. When someone left your life, they disrupted that balance. If they want to return, it's only fair for them to earn their place back, not demand it or expect you to overcommit to proving your worth. Let them show through consistent actions that they value your presence, and don't feel pressured to do all the work to rebuild the connection. Overcommitting yourself can take many forms: rearranging your schedule to meet their needs, sacrificing your boundaries to make them comfortable, or offering forgiveness before you're ready. These actions may feel kind or generous at the moment, but they often lead to resentment and burnout later. Protect yourself by moving at a pace that feels safe and comfortable for you. Stoic philosophy reminds us of the importance of self-respect and boundaries. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." This wisdom applies here. If giving too much of yourself doesn't feel right or align with your truth, don't do it. Relationships should be built on mutual effort, respect, and trust, not on one-sided compromises. Ask yourself these questions before committing to anything. Number 1, does this align with my current priorities and values? Number 2, am I giving more than I'm receiving? And 3, is this person respecting the boundaries I've set? By evaluating the situation, you'll ensure that any steps you take are intentional and protect the life you've worked hard to build. Remember, your peace is not negotiable. It's okay to say no, to take things slowly, and to protect the progress you've made. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I value my time and energy. Let it remind you that your well-being is your priority, and no one's return should make you compromise on the peace you've earned. Number 9. Avoid getting lost in what-ifs. When someone reappears in your life, it's natural for your mind to start racing with possibilities. What if they've truly changed? What if this time is different? What if this is my chance to fix everything? These what-ifs can be intoxicating, filling you with hope and anticipation, but they can also be dangerous. They can trap you in a cycle of unrealistic expectations and keep you from seeing things as they truly are. Living in a world of what-ifs shifts your focus from the present to an imaginary future. It distracts you from what's happening in real time, how they're behaving, how they make you feel, and whether their actions align with their words. Instead of asking, "What if they've changed?" ask, "What are they doing right now to show they've changed?" The danger of what-ifs is that they feed your hope while ignoring reality. Hope is powerful, but misplaced hope can lead to disappointment and heartbreak. If you cling to the idea of what could be, you might overlook red flags, minimize past hurts, or ignore your own boundaries. Instead, ground yourself in the present. Pay attention to their behavior, not just their promises. Look at how they treat you now, not how they say they'll treat you in the future. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of living in the moment. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "You have to assemble your life yourself, action by action, and be satisfied if each one achieves its goal as far as it can." This reminds us that focusing on the present and making decisions based on what's in front of us is far more productive than getting lost in hypotheticals. Ask yourself 3 key questions. Number 1, what is their return bringing into my life right now? Peace or confusion? Number 2, are they consistent in their actions, or are they relying on words to win me over? And 3, am I holding on to hope because of what I want to believe or because of what's real? By shifting your focus from what if to what is, you reclaim your power. You stop letting fantasies dictate your decisions and instead root yourself in truth. Number 10, don't sacrifice your peace for their presence. When someone comes back into your life, it's easy to get swept up in emotions, relief, excitement, or hope. But amidst all of that, there's one thing you must never compromise: your peace. It's not just a feeling, it's a state of mind, the calm that keeps you grounded and the strength that helps you make clear decisions. If their return threatens the peace you've worked so hard to build, you have every right to step back. Peace is something you earn through growth, self-reflection, and perseverance. It's the quiet confidence you develop after walking away from situations that no longer serve you. If someone's presence now feels disruptive or draining, you owe it to yourself to evaluate whether they deserve a place in your life. Their apologies or promises may seem sincere, but actions always speak louder than words. If their return comes with chaos or uncertainty, it's a sign that keeping your distance might be the healthier choice. Protecting your peace is not selfish, it's self-respect. It's about recognizing your worth and understanding that you don't owe anyone access to your life if they can't contribute positively to it. As Maya Angelou once said, "You alone are enough. You have nothing to prove to anybody." This wisdom reminds you that your value isn't tied to someone else's validation or presence. You don't have to sacrifice your well-being just to accommodate their needs or desires. When someone reappears, take a moment to reflect. Are they genuinely adding value to your life, or are they just bringing back old patterns of negativity or doubt? Are they respecting your boundaries, or are they testing how much you're willing to compromise? These questions are essential because your peace is too precious to gamble with. If keeping them in your life means losing your sense of calm, it's okay to let go. True connections never require you to sacrifice your happiness or stability. By putting yourself first, you're not only protecting your peace, but also setting a standard for how you deserve to be treated. When someone from your past reaches out, it's not just a message, it's a choice. A choice to stand firm, honor your growth, and protect your peace. These 10 traps are lessons to help you navigate their return without regret. Now, I want to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned about protecting your peace when someone reaches out? Drop your thoughts in the comments with the affirmation, "I deserve better." And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on navigating life's challenges with strength and wisdom. You've got this.